Buckle up, folks. Get ready for a deep dive into the Polish political storm, where powerful plays and reform clashes threaten to rewrite the nation's rules. This is a fight for justice, a tug of war for control, and it's unfolding right now. Today, we crack open the headlines, dissect the possibilities, and answer the burning question: where the heck is Poland headed next? Sit tight. It's going to be a wild ride. The Polish air crackles with anticipation, charged by the clash of two visions for the nation's media landscape. On one side, the Civic Coalition, led by Donald Tusk, brandishes a scalpel ready to dissect the behemoth of state-controlled TVP, a symbol of law and justice, PIS dominance. Remember those endless news broadcasts where critical voices are relegated to the shadows and PIS propaganda becomes the soundtrack of everyday life? Tusk's reforms aim to rip open this echo chamber, injecting a much-needed dose of independence. But the path to reform is paved with thorns. President Andrzej Duda, a PIS ally, stands at a crossroads. Approving these changes would be akin to severing a crucial artery to the party's power, a direct challenge to former Deputy Prime Minister Jarosław Kaczynski's iron grip on the media apparatus. It's a gamble that could fracture the PIS coalition, sending tremors through the political landscape. But PIS won't relinquish its control easily. This battle for media independence is a David and Goliath story, where citizen aspirations collide with entrenched political power. The air is thick with the clang of armor and whispers of backroom deals, and the roar of public protest demanding change. So, is this reform or a media muzzle? Is Tusk freeing the press or silencing dissent? The answer lies somewhere in the intricate tapestry of Polish politics. One thing is certain: the battle lines are drawn, and the stakes couldn't be higher. The future of Polish media, and perhaps even Polish democracy itself, hangs in the balance. Loving this political drama? Smash like and subscribe for more. Buckle up, we're diving in deep. Poland's courtrooms hum with a charged tension, the air thick with the weight of accusations. Law and Justice, or PIS, stands accused of abuse of power, their grip on control challenged by a storm of high-profile cases. Images flicker, grim officials squirm under scrutiny, Kaminski's alleged surveillance a dark stain on their record. Conviction could bring PIS to its knees, fines, a public trust shattered like glass, and resignations echoing like thunder could dismantle their security apparatus, stripping them bare of power and legitimacy. Acquittal, on the other hand, would solidify their iron fist, emboldening them to silence dissent and crush future challenges with impunity. But regardless of the verdict, these cases are tremors in the fabric of Poland's future. Every witness, every document, sends ripples through the public discourse, reaching the very heart of power, forcing both sides to reckon with the soul of the nation. More than accusations, friends, these are thunderbolts aimed at PIS's core. Stay tuned, for the outcome will not only reshape Poland, but send shockwaves across the nation's soul, and perhaps the world's. But Poland's story unfolds beyond courtrooms. Take to the streets, and you'll find a different drama. Chants and protest signs vibrate in the air, the pulse of the people demanding change. Citizens, weary and yearning for a just society, paint murals of dissent on the fabric of Polish life. These demonstrations are more than spectacles. They shape public opinion, amplifying the dissent PIS struggles to silence. Politicians forced to listen to the streets' roar now weigh decisions against the echoes of these protest symphonies. Whether you agree with them or not, one thing is clear: they are a force. They're storytellers, weaving narratives of accountability and reform. They're strategists, influencing policy with every raised fist and banner. They are a living reminder that democracy is a street dance where everyone has a voice and a step. In these protests, the soul of Poland breathes. It demands change, accountability, and a future where justice rings true, not just in courtrooms, but in the hearts and the minds of its people. So where does all this lead? What's the future of Poland amidst this political upheaval? It's a crystal ball scenario, folks, but here are some possibilities. Scenario 1. Reform and renewal. The civic coalition's reforms take hold, media independence strengthens, and legal proceedings against law and justice figures bring accountability, paving the way for a more just and transparent Poland. Scenario 2. Backlash and division. The Law and Justice Party digs in its heels, stroking nationalist sentiment, and the country plunges deeper into political divisions, hindering progress and further straining social fabric. Scenario 3. The unknown. A wild card emerges, a new political force or unseen event shaking up the established order and leading Poland down a completely uncharted path. It could be an economic crisis, a natural disaster, or even a foreign policy issue that throws the country into disarray and forces a complete reshuffling of the political landscape. Ultimately, it's difficult to predict which scenario unfolds. But one thing is for sure, Poland's political landscape is in flux, and the decisions made today will shape the nation's future for years to come. Poland's turmoil isn't confined by borders. It ripples outward, touching regional stability, the delicate dance of the European Union, and the very soul of the global fight between democracy and authoritarianism. Reform? A strengthened Poland, a beacon of transparency and robust institutions, would send shockwaves of hope. Other nations grappling with similar demons would find new courage, a roadmap to reclaiming their own democratic ideals. But a Poland swallowed by division, succumbing to the siren song of authoritarianism, would cast a long, chilling shadow. The emboldened echo of its fall could destabilize the region, embolden similar forces elsewhere, and threaten the fragile equilibrium of the global democratic order. The world holds its breath, eyes fixed on Poland. Its choices will carry far beyond its own borders, reverberating in the battle cry for freedom and the whispers of potential tyranny. Every vote, every protest, every judicial verdict resonates not just in Warsaw streets, but on the global stage, where the future of democracy itself hangs precariously in the balance. As we witness Poland's struggle, it's easy to feel helpless. But remember, every action, no matter how small, can contribute to a larger movement for change. Here's what we can do. Stay informed, follow credible news sources, engage in critical thinking, and avoid spreading misinformation. Raise awareness. Share information about Poland's situation with your friends, family, and online communities. Support democracy. Engage in local politics. Hold your elected officials accountable, and defend democratic values wherever you are. And show solidarity. Stand with the Polish people who are fighting for a better future. You can do this through online campaigns, social media activism, or even attending protests if possible. By taking action, we can amplify the voices of those fighting for justice and freedom in Poland, showing them that they're not alone in their struggle. As Poland walks this tightrope, the world watches with bated breath. Will they fall into authoritarianism, or will they emerge stronger, their democracy more resilient? The answer lies not just in the hands of Polish leaders and legal proceedings, but in the hands of its citizens, both within the country and across the globe. We all have a role to play in safeguarding democracy, in amplifying the voices of dissent, and in supporting those who fight for a future where freedom and justice prevail. Like, share, and explore more global politics with Economy Talk. Your engagement fuels our mission. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed.